Morning guys. Well, exciting day yesterday. We were up in Rostock, up near the ferry port. Rob came back on the ferry from Denmark early in the morning, met us at our little park up there, and we've now driven about another 200 kilometres further south towards Berlin. We're hoping to find a motorhome car park or something near the centre of Berlin, so that we can then either walk in or take the metro into Berlin to see some of the sights there. So that's the plan for the next couple of days. And we've also been joined by fellow Vanlife, as some of you all know, in England from some of the meetups, Keith and Lisa, and their grey van over there. It's one of the first UK people, actually British people, that we've seen while we've been on this trip. There's been very few. Obviously people are not travelling at the moment because of COVID, but as we've found, there's really no reason why not to. Normal restrictions apply, same as at home, so yeah, it's really nice to see some familiar faces. So we'll go and say hello to the guys. Morning guys.
Good morning.
Morning, Greg.
And nice to see you. You're the first people, well, I think second people actually, that we've seen in the last 3 weeks. So tell us where you've been and what you've been up to.
Well, on this trip we've been over for 9 weeks. We came over on the 28th of July from Dover into France to Dunkirk, and then we did our sort of 14 days in France to make it easier to then transfer into Italy for COVID restrictions.
At that time when you came out, was there rules as to how you could travel across there?
Well, it wasn't so much for Italy. What it was we were desperate to get to Austria for Lisa to do her event, and the Austrians weren't at that time keen to allow UK citizens in. Flying in direct was impossible at the time, so we were using the van, and if we crossed from another Schengen country after having been out of the UK for a minimum of 14 days, then it was okay to do that. So we therefore spent some time in France, then into Switzerland, and then Italy, and then we eventually got
But at that time then, as you crossed the border from country to country, was there anybody policing that at all?
Nobody there at all.
Yeah,
no.
So even though you followed all the restrictions, there was nobody checking?
Nobody at all. Yeah. The only time we were checked in, effectively, was at Dover to get on the ferry.
Yeah.
And then from then on, as we crossed borders, yes, there was slow down and border checks and blah blah blah, but nobody there at all.
Yeah.
Anyway,
kind of what we found. So you have to look on the government website or follow the restrictions that they're suggesting.
Yes. Well, on the advice of an EU citizen last year, we downloaded an app called Reopen EU, which is updated on a daily basis, hourly basis in some cases, by the EU themselves. And on that, there's a simple button that you press for travel, and you put in the country you've come from and the country you'd like to go to, and it gives you all the current restrictions between those two countries. And it's fantastic because it does vary from country to country. It's not an EU-wide common rule. Each country is different.
And how have you found getting about on this trip? Any problems or any difficulties at all, or has it all been fairly plain sailing?
Plain sailing everywhere.
Whatsoever.
None whatsoever.
Yeah.
The only COVID restrictions, if you want to call it that, is same as at home, wearing a mask in supermarkets or indoors, and hand sanitizing, of course. And one restaurant in Italy asked to see our COVID pass to allow us to eat inside. However, if we were eating outside, they weren't bothered. They were quite happy for us to do that.
We found that a lot in France. Nearly all of the restaurants we went into in France asked to see your COVID vaccination details. Yeah,
because we were in Chamonix on, I think it was a Saturday, and we were transferring into Switzerland, and the lady there said from the Monday you would need a COVID pass to get anything anywhere.
Yeah.
And so we felt quite relieved to be getting out of that situation, to be honest with you. 'Cause
And then you were saying that you've got to have a PCR test to go back to the UK, haven't you?
not PCR, lateral flow.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all we need because we have been double vaccinated.
Yeah.
So it's just a lateral flow test. So we've got to get that within 3 days of getting on the ferry at Amsterdam.
And whereabouts have you been on this trip? What countries have you visited? Or?
France, Switzerland, Italy, Austria, Slovenia, for a day.
Slovakia.
Slovakia, sorry, yeah.
Yeah.
Slovakia.
And now in Germany. The one day in Slovakia was quite entertaining.
We got our bike stolen.
Yeah, bikes were stolen. We thought it would be easier and safer to park the van up in Austria and then ride the bikes into Slovakia, and we chained them up at a bike park in the middle of Bratislava, and when we came back they were gone.
No, that's terrible. we had a similar thing in the UK, but it's kind of a risky take, isn't it? But
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So
Oh yeah, I mean
unfortunate,
it could just as easily have happened at
Yeah,
home, but of course
yeah.
it was a lot more inconvenient.
well, yeah, because you're travelled
another-
into a different country
Yeah,
and then
exactly,
couldn't
yeah.
get back.
Yeah, exactly, that's
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
No, but it's really nice to see you. Thanks for getting in touch and meeting up with us on your trip back.
Oh yeah, I mean this is it. I mean I knew you guys were over here and we had a few days to kill. Now we haven't got bikes, and I thought, well, I'll message you and see where you're going to be, and here we are. We've met up.
Yeah,
And
no, it's nice to see
I
you out
think,
here. I know we've met up in the UK at various van meets, but
yeah, this
yeah,
is
it's
it.
nice to see you out here as well.
And also, like yourselves, I mean, 9 weeks now we've been over here, and we've only seen 3 other British vans up until yesterday, and only able to speak to one person. And so my encouragement would be get yourselves across
Yeah,
to the
there's
Alps.
no reason
and
why not to. I mean,
It's
in
fantastic.
terms of the restrictions and what you need to do,
Yeah.
wearing masks and sanitising, social distancing,
Yeah.
really no different to being at home, is it?
Definitely. In fact, in many ways, it's probably easier than just crossing into Scotland
Yeah.
in many places. You know.
Right, lovely to see you.
All right.
Have a
great.
safe trip back.
You're welcome.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks.
So this is where we stayed last night. Entrance to the little park up down this long drive here, and then there's probably about 10 spaces here, a couple of disabled spaces, free car park down by the lake. There's the vans parked there. Obviously yesterday it was Sunday, it was really busy. There was lots of people down here with family walking their pets or riding their bikes and whatever, so it was quite busy. But as soon as it got dark, obviously all the cars left and we were the only ones here. Really quiet night, very peaceful. That was a really nice little park up there, little free car park in the middle of that park and lake area. You know, obviously you could go paddle boarding or you can even swim in the lake. Saw a few people swimming there. The car park was free, but obviously don't take the mickey, it's just an overnight stop. So obviously respect the area, keep it nice and clean, and then hopefully, you know, everybody else can stay there as well. We'll put a little review on Park for Night, and I'll also put a link to that location in the description of this video. So we've got Keith and Lisa are going to stay with us for a couple of nights before they head back to the UK. They stopped with us last night at that park up there, and we're heading into Berlin, into the city centre now. I found a motorhome park up which is in the city centre. Looks like it will hold about 30 odd vans. Might be a little bit expensive, but it's walking distance, or at least metro ride distance, into the main city centre, so the van should be secure there. They have got facilities, we can service the vans, they've got toilets and showers and so forth. So yeah, it's probably the best bet for doing a city centre stop. We're just going to do one night, nip into Berlin, see the main sites, and then tomorrow we'll find another location outside of the city centre. So we've arrived in Berlin city centre. Vans are all parked there. There's us, Rob, and then Keith and Lisa's van just on the end there. It's quite a big area, this, in the middle of the city. Probably get about 50 vans in here. It's a little bit expensive. It was €29 per van, but for an overnight stay, including doing the services, I think the electric hookup was a little bit extra, and we paid $4.50 for the dog. But the guy was really helpful in the reception, spoke perfect English, He said, you know, did we want to use the metro? What sites did we want to go and see? He then proceeded to get out a map and draw exactly what the best routes to take to get to the various attractions, what metro to take. So yeah, he couldn't be more helpful, to be honest, which was really great. And then just further down the bottom there, you can just see at the end there's shower block and toilets, there's water and waste facilities, everything you really need. We're just going to do an overnight stop. We're going to head into Berlin now and have a look at the sites, stop here for the night, and then tomorrow morning we've got to be off the Aire by 11 o'clock, and then we'll find another park up somewhere a bit more scenic out of the city. So I'm standing in front of what was the original section of the wall, the main wall. The other side I'll take you and show you, but I just wanted to bring you around this side. There's just one of the original watchtowers just there, and then the section between the two walls, obviously commonly known as no man's land. So if you were attempting to cross, you would have been picked off by somebody up here, I guess. We've been having a bit of a tour of Berlin today, and behind we've made it to the famous Brandenburg gate. And when you look at the map of East and West Germany, this was actually directly on the line of the Berlin Wall. But this is much older than that, goes back in history, even I think before the First World War. But leave me a comment below if you know the significance or the history of this gate here in Germany.
Hi Greg! Do not leave your camera lying around when you go to the toilet. I warn you now. This is a warning. Be warned. Hi!
You join us today after a really long drive down Germany. It's one of those things, we've had a great time in northern Germany. We've seen a few things that we wanted to see. But the real things on this trip that we wanted to go and see is the mountains in Austria and the Dolomites in northern Italy. So we always knew at some stage, because of the time crunch and our 90-day deadline, that we'd have to do a big trip, you know, a big push south. So we took the plunge today. We got up early. Rob's still with us, he's in front, and we sort of thought, okay, well, let's just crack it out in one day. So we've already done probably best part of 4 hours on this trip. We've gone pretty much from Berlin, from sort of south of Berlin, past Munich, and right the way down to more or less till we just get into the mountains, really. So it's quite a few 100 kilometres. I'll put a little map up here, you can see where we've gone. But we broke the back of it this morning up until lunchtime. We did about 4 hours and got a few 100 kilometres under our belt. Stopped for lunch, and then now we've only literally got an hour and a half left probably till we're at a little park up. and when we get there I'll show you where we're going to park up. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that we are going to have an amazing view from this park up, overlooking the start of the mountain range, you know, heading down into Austria. And there's a pretty special castle, probably one of the most famous castles in Germany, and hopefully we're going to be parked right in the valley looking up at the castle. So yeah, I'll touch base with you again once we get there.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know, if I will ever figure out where the road goes. Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
So we finally made it. It's still only about 2:30 in the afternoon. We set out really early this morning from the outskirts of Berlin at that little motorhome park up, nearly 700 kilometers right the way down through Germany. We did a small overnight stop just at a little park up, and then set off again early this morning for the last sort of 500k. But this is just what it's all about. This park up is just absolutely amazing. I'm so pleased that we hightailed it all the way down here, because I'll turn the camera around and you can have a look at this, but it's just absolutely epic. Yeah, look, check this out. There's a little like ski lift here that goes right up to the top of the mountain, right up there, and then you won't be able to see, I don't think, in the clouds there, but there's a couple of parasailers up there, and there's a place here where you can do a tandem parasail, and that is definitely on our bucket list. We're going to be doing that in the next couple of days, but we're going to stop here for a few days and soak this all in. There's a castle there you can see in the distance on the mountain. It's just absolutely incredible. Just about to head up on the mountain. Quick equipment check. Rob's basically setting off for a meeting with Ranulph Fiennes in a minute. He's got satellite phone, crampons, sticks,
Rope, harnesses, carabiners.
yeah, full Millets back catalogue in his rucksack. I've got me summer leather jacket and a drone. Let's do this.
So today I'm going to be leading Greg and Lou up this grade 10 ascent of one of the most difficult mountains in Germany, and so stay tuned to see if they survive. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, it's free.
So, I don't know if you can see, but about there somewhere are the vans. It's not too far, but we're going up in the cable car, and in enclosed spaces you need a mask still. I'm stood here with Archie while the boys go and get their masks. You never know, never prepared.
Beautiful, isn't it?
So still as well, there's not a breath of wind, is there?
And it's so clean air.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is gone for that, isn't it? That's where I'm treading, but I've just been up the top. There's the little cable car house at the top there. Seen those guys taking off with the parasailing. Man, you've got to commit to that. It's just literally run off the edge with it half inflated and just hope it catches the wind before you run out a cliff. Man, you've got to have some balls to do that, I tell you.
Amazing to watch though, really cool.
Yeah, it was good. Well worth coming up here. The view from up here is just amazing. I'm going to spin the camera around. You can check it out for yourself. The reflection of the clouds in the water of the lake there. There's not a breath of wind today. Really still. You can see for absolutely miles and miles. There he is, Sherpa Tenzing, aka Bobby G.
Is the pace okay?
He's made it up and down twice in the time it's taken us to get halfway down.
Yeah, sorry, I get kind of into army mode and just go. And there's no weight on my back, so it's just like I'm flying down.
Any tips for us novices?
Heel first.
Great advice from the master there. So the time has come, guys. I've booked myself in. You see all those little guys up there in the clouds, all parasailing around. Well, I'm about to join them, and I'm about to throw myself off the top of this mountain. To say I'm a little bit nervous, yeah, a little bit. And the only bit I'm really anxious about is the bit where you got to run off the edge. But after that, hopefully it'll be absolutely incredible, and it'll be worth all of those nerves at the beginning. So going to catch the cable car up to the top, and then hook up with my tandem paraglider. So check this out. It's going to be a ride of a lifetime. Up on top of the mountain, mouth's a bit dry. Can't say I'm not nervous, because I am a bit, but it's going to be great. Really looking forward to this. Hope we have a good flight. Loads of other guys up here. I'm with a guy called Thomas. He's just setting up a shoot. A couple of other guys up here ready to go. Here we are, guys, up in the air.
Yeah.
Fantastic. Yeah, sure. So the wind was a little bit to the side, maybe, was it? Or all different directions? Or? Yeah. Wow, it's fantastic. Oh, so glad I've done this. Been wanting to do this for a long time. This is amazing. Guys, spinning down the road, you can see what I'm seeing. Yes, if you've been flying. Many flights. Very first, yeah, the first flight. Yeah. This is amazing. Yeah, really good. This is cool. Gained some height there pretty quickly. It's amazing. Yeah, okay.
Can make some moves.
Okay.
Hold your camera, yeah?
Yeah.